Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 22 of Heroines of the Cherry Blossom. It is Friday, July 29th, 2016. And of course, you guys are here listening. Ah, that's awesome. Thank you guys so much. Of course, I am the head maid in charge here, Pizza Maid. And of course, I actually have with me the Dark Knight of Ulysses Nor, Sushi, also known as Crom's wife. Hi, Sushi.
Hello.
And then I have with us the trader who throws his family under the bus but does love Sonico and is a veteran war photographer, Smashy.
Hello.
I should really refer to you as veteran war photographer from here on out.
I like it. Good title.
It's a good title. It's a good title for you. I think it's fitting for some reason. Even though you've never served in a war. Or have you? And I'm not aware of it.
No, I haven't.
Okay. only in Sanago. It's the only war I've ever fought for. It was victorious. But you guys, it is the end of the month. Oh my god, summer is flying by so unbelievably fast right now. It is ridiculous. But of course, with summer comes tons of fun and tons of games, and we have plenty of things to discuss in this week's episode. We still haven't come up with a title for it yet, so it's currently called episode 22, Duck Monsters and Body Pillows. It may not be that way at the end of this episode. We'll see. We'll see. But of course, every week as we start our episode off, we always ask everybody on the roundtable discussion, what are you playing this week? So, Sushi, of course, I'm going to start with you. What have you been playing this week?
I picked Digimon back up officially. Smash and I did a recent episode of the Nanako Chronicles on Digimon, so I decided I better pick it up and refresh my memory. So, still a fun game, still love it. I remembered instantly why it's so addicting. And already started working on the new Game Plus and new Digimon and things like that. So I touched that a little bit. I finally reached level 10 in Pokemon Go, guys.
Congrats!
Congratulations.
I'm growing up. Um, and they revealed the leaders this past week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that Smashy's not high enough to be on a team. And I know that Pizza and I are on the same team.
Yeah!
So what team are we on, Pizza?
We're on the magical girl team, Team Mystic.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Sailor Star Healer is our team leader. That's who I think it is. Blanche, that's just her like decoy name. It's
Right.
not her real name. It's totally Sailor Star Healer, guys. If you look at it close enough, you just know.
Yep. And I like it. I'm enjoying it. I've hatched a couple things. I've gotten my Eevees to evolve to a couple ones that I always collect in the Pokemon games. So I will say, though, that I wish you could switch your teams now. Because, when they revealed the team, who's the red team? What's her name?
Her name's Candela from Team Valor.
Okay. And then there's Blanche, and then there's Spark for yellow. And at first, I felt bad for Spark because everyone just ganged up on him because I guess they thought he looked like a bro or he looked stupid. I don't know. And then I started to feel bad for him. And then I started to like him, and I couldn't figure out why until Pizza and her SO, Sam, pointed something out to me on Twitter. Do you wanna
So we got into the discussion. I forget even how we got into this discussion about Pokemon Go, but I pointed out to Sushi, I go, the more I think about it, the more that I realize that it's kind of a reverse situation where Sushi, you're a Pokemon, and Spark is actually like Toma from Amnesia. I mean, in both color choice, in appearance, he is, mind you, obviously different change of clothing. He looks like Toma, the Pokemon trainer, and instead of Pokeballs, he uses cages.
Yeah.
So we realized it immediately, and of course, Sam is Team Instinct. He's Team Yellow. So he's like, yeah, that's the best team ever. You should have used your instincts. I'm like, horrible pun, babe, horrible pun. But then Sushi got really quiet for like 15, 20 minutes. We're like, oh my God, she's really thinking about this right now. We know full well she's like, shit, I could have been on Team Toma.
Yeah. No, it really... I even Googled, like, just to make sure you couldn't switch teams. Like, maybe there was a patch push and I just didn't know about it. But no, I can't. So I've made a silent promise to myself that I will never take a gym from a Team Instinct. Just out of respect for Team Toma.
But it's not Team Toma, it's Team Instinct.
It's Team Toma to me.
It's Team Toma.
And all I can think about now as I look at the recording, as we're talking about this, the picture we chose makes so much sense now, and we didn't even know it. Shin
my
feeding
God.
Toma.
Oh no, it's one of the raspberries.
And Shin is actually red, right? He's heart.
Yeah, Shin is red. Oh my God, that makes Icky fucking. Oh!
We're Team Icky.
Oh no.
I feel icky.
I feel icky being on Team Icky. It's alright. It's Sailor Star Healer. I'm okay.
Yeah, she
myself.
stays the same. But for those who are just listening, Pizza found a really cute image of Shin from Amnesia feeding Toma. I guess it's a raspberry, like you said. And it's adorable. So right now in my mind, it looks like Team Red is feeding Team Yellow. Team Valor is feeding. So I'm shipping them right now.
We should honestly just take the Pokemon Go like leaders picture and then just put Toma in place of Spark and just make that the episode for this week.
Team Toma on Pokemon Go.
Literally, we should just instead of putting his name as Spark, we just change it to Toma and then just put an image of Toma in instead of Candela and next to Candela and Blanche. Like, don't worry, guys, we fixed it for you. we corrected this. Fix that.
So I mean, look, we were so together. The image actually works with what we were going to talk about.
This is true. This is true. It all comes full circle in the end.
So I'd like to thank you guys for making my struggle even more real. That now I'm not on Team Instinct, but maybe one day. So, and that's really fun. My bags are actually full in Pokemon Go. Sab drove me around town the other night because I had a rough day, and I was just hitting the Pokestops, like getting balls. Because my office is a wasteland of Pokemon. Mm-hmm. And Sab's job, they're like everywhere he looks, and he's like level 12,000, and so he felt bad. So I'm having fun with it. And so Phantom Brave came out this week for the PC. They had a short demo, I think a week or two ago. It's on Steam. I started it, but due to work and some other things, I haven't gotten very far. I think I'm like 8 minutes into the story. But it's just as pretty as I remember and really kind of positive and fun. So I'm looking forward to picking that back up. Fire Emblem Fates, I'm still playing that, but I'm mainly just doing like dailies where I'm checking in and visiting people and giving accessories and making babies and
What was the last part there?
Nothing. Thanks to a individual, I was able to have a child with Crom. So I appreciate that Smashy for thinking about me and my needs and awakening that weren't being fulfilled, that needed fates. So I appreciate that. I'm working to see if I can get another one. So we'll see. I actually got tempted to start Conquest the other night. Just because I want to save Birthright for last, because I know what happens in it is really gonna fuck with me really bad, and I don't want to play it.
I love Birthright. I've seen the Conquest playthrough. I've played through Birthright, and I'm going through Revelations now. I'm surprised that I'm not as excited about Revelations as I was with Birthright. And I don't know if it was just because it was the first time experience. It was, a fresh palette. But prepare for the tears. Prepare for the tears, Sushi, because you will cry your eyes out. I did at many points.
In Conquest or Birthright?
Birthright.
Yeah, see, I know what happens. I had
okay.
Smashy break it to me because I was like, I've seen some shit on Tumblr, man. Like, I need you to clear this up. Like, tell me what I'm going into. And that's why I had to put it last. I can't. I will play it and I will experience it and I will mourn deeply, but I'm Nor at heart. And I'm not ready for that game yet. So, but at some point I'll pick up Conquest. I'm still playing through Awakening. I'm actually on the same chapter I was probably the last episode because I get sidetracked very easily in Fire Emblem games. So I've rescued all the children except for one. I killed her because I didn't pair things up properly. And so she never had a chance in this world. So I'm sorry, Cynthia. I'm terribly, terribly sorry. Yeah.
She's not really dead. She was just never born.
Right. I feel kind of bad, but hey, it happens, when you're pairing based upon support, sometimes some people get left out. So, that was kind of upsetting, but, I've master sealed a lot of my team to the advanced classes, and now I'm on my second seal to buff up their stats right now. So I've been doing that. It was really hard figuring out how I was going to pair the second generation, the kids, up. Just because I had an idea of who I wanted in my mind, and I'm sure this has happened to you guys in your Fire Emblem games, but you pair people up and then you see their supports and you're like, no, this is not going to work. And I paired Lucina up with Inigo. Is that how you pronounce it, Smashy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, initially.
And he was like, he touched my daughter's face and tried to force her to smile and all this crap. And I was like, you are not marrying my daughter. Like, back the F off. So I paired her with, how do you pronounce his name? Owain?
Owain, yep.
Owain. And they're adorable together. They are absolutely adorable. He's teaching her how to talk very dramatically and very poetically. And it's very cute. So I'm planning on finishing the game soon because I want to start Sacred Stones, which is one of the GBA games. And I made my very own first image of Fire Emblem trash this week. And I tweeted about it. It's not as good as some of the other things I've seen, but I'm going to get better. And I blame this person that I found through you, Pizza, Nor Queen on Twitter.
Oh, I love Nor Queen. She's the best.
Her avatar inspired me. Her avatar is Daddy Xander. It's in the bathing suit. He's in the bathing suit, but instead of the bathing suit, he's in like beef noodle wrapper of like the ramen noodles. And then he's carrying like a lobster. And then he has like the deal with it sunglasses on. And then in the background, like cars are exploding and everything. And I was like, this is the cool. I have it on my phone. I send it to people randomly throughout the day. Like, it is just the greatest thing ever. And I looked at Sav. I was like, I want to make Fire Emblem trash. And he's like, you have Photoshop. And I was like, oh my God. So I have now officially crossed the line where I'm no longer secretly enjoying it. I'm actually trying to make it, which is fun but scary, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm working on that. It's the one I did has Daddy Crom, and that's what I'm calling him now.
Practice makes perfect. Right? If at first you don't succeed, try to make more trash.
A couple of people liked it on Tumblr, so I'm getting there. Like I said, I want to play Sacred Stones. I picked it up and I got to like the second or third chapter. I'm already shipping characters in that game. I like the story. I like the retro feel of it. So I'm really excited to get into that, but I want to finish Awakening first. And the last two things, Starbound officially was released this week. Or no, last Friday. And it's really, really fun. I don't know. Have you played it, Pizza?
Oh, I should learn how to use my mute button properly. I had always seen things about it, and I was familiar with Starbound, but I've never played it. I was very interested in playing it, and the reason I was actually very interested in playing it was because you had commissioned art of your Florin, and I thought she was so cute. I need to try it, but I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, it's fun. We got Sab to play it with us for the first time, and he really liked it. So I've been doing that, and of course Warcraft. But I can take a break until Legion comes out at the end of August because I got my Shadowrun this week. So the only thing I have left to do in ICC is get the Ice Pony, which Arthas is not giving up. So I have Shadowmourne. I gave away some of the trinkets, and then my friend in Australia, I'm giving her the Death Charger. So she's excited about that. And then we did the pre-patch stuff in Orgrimmar, which basically we killed ourselves at this Doomsayer until we got enough pamphlets, until we got the achievement, which was really weird, and I'm sure people thought we were crazy. And they actually added in the transmog feature, or the closet, like the wardrobe closet, and it's really, really awesome. Like, it works out well. My only complaint is that now, if you want to turn off your helmet or your cloak, you have to go to a transmog vendor, which kind of justifies the mount that people spent so much money on, like Smashy.
The yak.
So, but that was great. Like, I haven't run into any problems, but the main problem I am running into is cleaning out my bank and my bag space and making sure that everything that I have is actually in the wardrobe. So, but it works really well. It's really pretty. It's really cool. Smashy, do you have it? I mean, you've been using it, right? I think you switched your outfit like twice the other night.
Yeah, I do that. I've been what I do like is they added the ability to save outfits and to create outfits and save them without actually equipping them or anything. So I've gone through and like you can like set the transmog thing so it's like, okay, I want all these pieces, and then just save it and not actually like transmog to it right then or something. So I just set up like 3 or 4 on my palette.
Yeah.
Some are more serious than others.
But that's all for me. Smashy, what have you been up to?
Let's see. I picked up Digimon Cyber Sleuth again. I was doing some of the endgame stuff from loading my save, and there were these boss fights against the 7 Deadly Sin Digimon, and they were absolutely bonkers, some of them. But I took out them, and I played that a bit. I love Digimon. They're so cool. I love all the evolution and everything. Played Starbound. I built a farm in Starbound because I'm cool. I built it underneath the ocean, and I got a whole bunch of pet electric buffaloes.
Yeah, that is so weird. That is so weird. Yeah, so like we started and Smashy was like, "Oh, hey, I made some updates to our land, to our house, and to our farm. Just teleport down to me." And so I do, and I think a farm, right? You think wind, you think sky, you think grass. I teleport into an underground bunker that is full of angry-looking buffalo that are asleep right underneath my feet.
It's not really underground, it's under the ocean.
It's not natural, is what I'm saying.
I mean, it's underground under the ocean, but, you know. But the electric buffaloes are good. They give me components to build refrigerators.
What?
That's crazy.
It's actually a cool thing they added a whole bunch of like mob drops from the different planets, like a really radioactive poison planet enemies might drop like poison samples or something. They added a whole bunch of items like that, but then to make it easier so you don't have to go to all those planets to find every little thing, you can get animals that just drop those components every so often. You can just gather them from them. So it's kind of a neat feature they added. Overall, the game feels a lot more balanced than it was earlier in beta and everything. The progression's smoother. It's much less like, okay, go to this tier. You can't do anything until you do all of these set things, beat this boss. It's you can kind of like go around and do what you want a bit more freely.
Yeah.
Which is nice. Yeah. In Warcraft, for the pre-expansion event, getting the pamphlets, Zan and Sab got theirs like reasonably
That's
early.
Right.
Mine took, I think, almost 60 some tries to get the 12 pamphlets.
So
They're
like,
all equally random.
let me describe the scene to you, Pizza.
All
Okay,
right.
let's say you're an Orgrimmar. You're in the back. What is that? The Valley of Honor in the
Yeah, I
back?
think the Valley of Honor is the back section
And
with the
you're
other.
coming, out of the bank, and you're going to your mailbox, and all of a sudden, all these blood elves start falling from the sky, and they're naked.
What?
And then they die. Someone reses them. That person goes up in the air. They fall down. They die. The other people go up in the air. They fall down. They die.
Is this real?
Yeah. So, like, tell her
I
about
know.
You can explain it better than me, but they had a cooldown on how often you could talk to them, and the only way around it was killing yourself, right?
Yeah, so there were a bunch of doomsayers around Orgrimmar. You could talk to one of them and ask them for a pamphlet, and they would give you one of 12 random pamphlets. But like once you talked to one doomsayer, you couldn't talk to another one for like 10 minutes, something like that. Might have been longer, but you could also just die, and that would instantly reset the time because it was like a hidden debuff that you got. So once you died, you lost the debuff, so you could talk to them again. So what we took turns doing is Zan and Sab would fly up in the air and drop down and kill themselves, and
Naked.
I would cast.
Naked,
Yes,
because you
because
don't want to pay for repairs.
you don't want to pay for repairs. So Zan had on just a random cloth dress, and Sab was naked. So I'm sitting there, I cast mass res, and then once they get the res, I just fly up in the air, drop down, and die. Sab reses me, and then they fly up, and I start casting mass res again as they fall down. I just instantly res them. So we repeated that about 30 some times or so, and that's when Zan and Sab got their 12 pamphlets. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm nearly there, and like I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, I'm up to like 10 out of 12 or 11 out of 12 or something. I'm nearly there. Just keep going, keep doing that like a ton of times as Sab is rezzing me repeatedly as I just keep falling, dying. He rezzes me and I respawn right next to the person to talk to them so that I can talk to them as I'm mounting up and flying in. I fill up like two 33 slot bags or something, or 30 slot bags, whatever they were. I fill up two of those full of these pamphlets.
Oh
I
my
have like
God.
8 or 9 of like 2 or 3 different types of pamphlets. Like I've got like a few of these 8 or 9 times. That's how many times I've gotten repeatedly, but still not one of this other kind.
I've wandered off at this point. Like, I'm like over the
She just
bank going
left.
through stuff.
Yeah, she went like got all her armor back on, like uh was running around. But finally I got it, and it's a feat of strength. It's not like actually an achievement. I think it's a feat of strength for the because it's timed achievement. You can only get during this certain time. But yeah, did that. That was took longer than I expected. I set up a bunch of different transmog sets on all my characters. So that was one thing that was nice. Is like sometimes it's like, oh, nice. Now all my plate wearers have this same like piece of armor that's really cool looking that like I didn't have on them before or something like that. Like I got the paladin tier helmet that I didn't have on my warrior or something like that. So it's like okay, there's more sets I can make.
I'm legitimately upset you didn't record the mass deaths, like the elf genocide. I think that's what upsets me the most.
We
I'm
didn't
like,
know.
aw.
We didn't know it was going to be that much. We thought like you would get a pamphlet you needed each time, but it was
Yeah,
random. And sometimes you would get like repeats. And Smash
Yeah.
kept getting this one. I don't remember what it was, but you had like a
Oh
bazillion
yeah,
of them.
yeah. It was terrible. Like the notes on Wowhead were I think from either the I can't remember, not the beta, the PTR. Either they're from that or they were from like the first day or something and this got patched. But originally it was saying the notes were unique. So you get one, you hold on to it, you talk to the person later. Now you have two of them. You talk to the person, you have three, and you only talk to them 12 times. You're done. As long as you hold on to all of them because they're unique. But no, that is not how it was. They decided to nerf that or something happened, but they were not unique. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh. I probably would have raged halfway through. I'd be like, oh my God.
Oh, I was just
He
sitting there
was
being
upset.
salty in chat, just oh, I got another one of these. Oh, just yep, oh, fly up, oh, same one again. I got another scorched pamphlet or whatever. Great, great. But I'm enjoying it. All the classes and everything are a lot different, and it's like it's nice to like log in on a class and just be like, oh, I have no idea how to play this class now. Let me like pull down my bars, look through my spell book, how's all this work, and then go try it out. And usually they're pretty fun. Like I've gotten used to playing as my red pally a bit more, and it's fun. But some just I don't know. Maybe I'm just too used to Warlocks, Destro, and Demonology. Like at least for questing and leveling and stuff, just the feel of playing them felt great, and they played really easily and everything. But now they're just like really slow and awkward and just crappy feeling. I don't know. I'm not enjoying them because
Aw.
they used to have their own resources. Like I want to say Demonology was the same as Destro in that you had like a bar that built up from using your spells and everything slowly, and then you had like big skills you could use that expend that bar, which makes sense. But then they're like, Warlock should have soul shards instead of a burning ember gauge. So now you lose like a bunch of your abilities. They're all weird. Incinerate is now your only, like your main way to generate soul shards is Destro. So you incinerate into a Chaos Bolt or whatever, and Shadow Bolt's just kind of a filler that you use whenever, instead of it be or Incinerate, not Shadow Bolt, I guess, but Incinerate's now just like filler and freaking Flag Rate or one of those fire spells. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll play more Warlock later, but so far, it just both the specs that I like just feel kind of crappy.
See, I'm hearing this though with a lot of people playing different classes. I know a lot of people have had, how do I put it? A rough transition or getting acclimated to the new styles and the way that the classes are being played now. So I know you're not the only one that feels that way. And I mean, it's not just with the Warlock class either.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm trying to keep an open mind, trying to get used to new stuff. Like I've liked the changes on Pal, even though like a lot of the stuff like it's a little bit different. I still kind of like feel a bit awkward missing a few spells and stuff, but it's like I'm enjoying it and like it's a new style. It's fun. It's unique in its own way. The Warlock one just feels like I don't know, just it feels so crap because like I used to have spells I could cast while running and do stuff, which was great for soloing. And now it's like so much of my stuff is like stand and cast here for way longer. Like Rain of Fire used to be like an instant cast thing that you cast it in like for 5 seconds, that area whatever would have AoE damage being dealt. Now it's like it takes a bunch of your burn or soul shards, so you have to build all those up just to use it. And now it has like a 3 second cast time or something like that, which feels like by the time I target it and then spend 3 seconds sitting there casting it, the target's already moved out of it. So it's like, oh, didn't hit anything with that AoE. Used up a whole bunch of my resources. It's all gone. It just feels kind of awkward, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out later and enjoy it. Maybe there's some spells missing that we don't get until Legion. Ugh. But then I've been playing Fire Emblem Awakening. I finished pairing up all my adults. I actually finished unlocking all my children and everything. I got
Finally.
my awesome.
Finally. You were leaving them all behind after
I
you
know.
got your wife and your child. Your child, as you said, my daughter.
Children. Well, there's my daughter Morgan, and then there's Tharja's daughter Noir. Because no matter who Tharja's with, she's gonna have Noir. No matter who I'm with, I'm gonna have Morgan. That's how it works.
I know, but you left all the other children behind. You were like, yeah, I'll get them at some point. Like, oh,
They'll
do
be
I have
fine.
to get them?
I want to see the picture of your MU in Awakening. I don't think I've ever seen it before.
I couldn't tell you what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
I should remember to get a picture. It looks like Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening. Yeah.
It's pretty default.
That
Yep.
was the DS snapping open in
I
the
don't know what you're
background.
talking about. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got my children and I got all the other children. And I'm really liking the supports with Noir actually. Like she's cool. I like her. I think I'm gonna pair up with Yarn because Yarn is just like a coward all the time because he's the last bunny person, so he's like, I have to stay alive, I have to be careful, and he's all panicky and scared
He's
all the time.
adorable.
He's adorable, yes. But I just like him because like Noir always seems like really shy and timid, but in their support with Noir and Yarn, like Yarn's like running from training. He wants to avoid battles and stuff. Like, oh, on the day of the battle, it's like, oh, I'm not going to go sign up, or I'm sick, I can't go, or something. But Noir's like, no, I'm going to go, you can do what you want, Yarn, but I'm gonna go because I need to fight and like be brave and everything. And that actually changes your arm, which I like, which is cool. The story's nice. And I've been grinding a ton to unlock all the skills for everybody.
It's
Uh,
addicting.
yeah,
So addicting.
because as the main unit, you and your children can reclass into any available class for their gender. So you can get like all the different skills. So like I had my child, and it's like, okay, gonna make Morgan a mercenary so they can get arms thrift, because that makes it so their weapons pretty much will never use durability once you cap out their luck at like 45. It's like a 90+% chance to not use a durability charge in attacking. It's got like arms thrift, got the +10 avoid from Myrmidon, the 10 avoid when defending from Mercenary, and it's just fun because it's like sit over like 100% avoidance and just never get hit. But yeah, grinded a whole bunch, got a whole bunch of skills. Um, then I was playing Kiware, the Magic Library, on a PS4. It's a free-to-play card game, I think is how they describe it. I don't think I'd really call it so much a card game. It sort of is, sort of isn't. But it's on the PS4. It's kind of fun. Has a nice little story. The gameplay and everything's pretty basic so far, but it's cute. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. And Fairy Fencer F Advent Dark Force came out on Tuesday, I think, Sam? That sound right?
Uh,
Sushi?
I don't know. I saw a bunch of tweets today from them that it came out today, but that may have. I don't know. It's out this week.
I could
We'll
risk.
just-
Yeah, it's out now. I don't know if maybe it just came out on the PS4, or if it came out earlier, or what, but it's out now. I just downloaded it today on my PS4, so it's definitely there. It's a remake of the original Fairy Fencer F, and it has improved graphics, and it has some changes to the gameplay mechanics. And what I did, like I looked this up, is there's two additional routes through the game. There's the main story route, and then there's two other ones onto that, depending on choices you make. I never got super far in the first one, so I wanted to pick up the remake to try to get through it again. I'm enjoying it, and I know there's a whole bunch of free DLC on the store you can get for it.
Ooh.
That I think some of the stuff I saw there quickly is like there's additional dungeons. There were two additional difficulties. So instead of easy, medium, hard, whatever, there's super easy and super hard they added. So if you
Oh
want to play
wow.
through on lower difficulty, there's that. If you want to play through on even higher difficulty, there's that. So yeah, play how you want to play.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I got my copy today. I'm gonna put it in tonight and get all the DLC. I
Mhm.
love free DLC. I love it.
Yeah, love
Yeah,
it.
it's always a win. It's one of the best things that people have started implementing into games, I'd say, in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Give or take.
Yep, it's nice. I'm liking it. Like I booted up and did about 5 minutes of it before the show. Finished out and didn't hit a save point, so I'm gonna restart and go back through all the talking again later. But it looks really pretty. I think I think it looks probably a little bit better than it did before, but looks nice. I'm getting hyped for it now because I never played too much of the last one because it's very similar to both like the Neptunia games, and I'm trying to think what the other game was I was playing right then that was really similar. But it's really similar to like those gameplay wise. So I started playing it and just was like, this is like them, but it was like a few years older game by that point when I got it, and it was like it didn't have all the new upgrades and like different things they did to the combat system to make it smoother. So I ended
Yeah.
up, yeah.
There
But
is
then it seems-
I bought the original and I didn't get very far either. But there's one person that I follow that they they live stream and they do a lot of retro JRPGs and they don't have a mic. So it's really nice because you can kind of have it going in the background and it's really mellow and low key. And so if the game has good music, you can enjoy that or whatever. And their name, I just looked it up, is Sefri Plays. And I saw it on their stream and I just fell in love with the way it looked. And I was like, man, I need to go back and play the first one. So I'm really glad that I have this one, and it's kind of an improvement on the first one. So I'm really excited to play this one too.
Yeah, one of the big things I noticed when they were talking about some of the gameplay changes that I'm pretty hyped for is I think you can have a party of up to 6 characters and play at once. I think they did a few like other improvements to like
Really,
smoothing out the combat.
6?
Yeah, you can have up to 6
Wow.
characters. Yeah, normally games like this, and normally they end up being about like 4 or so. So that's kind
Yeah.
of nice.
Yeah, that
That'll
is
be
actually
cool.
pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm playing. What about you, Pizza?
Oh, this week I actually had the chance to play a lot of games, which isn't very typical because I'm usually swamped during the week with things to do. But they just announced this past week in Final Fantasy XIV the Yokai Watch in-game event that is running from this Tuesday all the way till October. If anybody's familiar with Yokai Watch, it's a varied version of, I'd say, Digimon, Pokemon. It's a, Pocket Monsters collection kind of game. And I thought to myself, why would it last so long? I completely get why it lasts so long because the tasks that they actually have you do for this in-game event, as compared to other in-game events in the past, are probably no different than relic hunting at this point. I'd say. I mean, you have to literally continually run fates over and over again for medals and legendary medals to drop, so you can collect all the minions, you can collect all the relic weapons, and pretty much try to get everything completed by October because, as I understand it, if you collect all the minions, you'll get one mount in an in-game mount, which is the Whisper mount, which looks like this really cool like amusement park ghost cart. It's ridiculously adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you collect all of the weapons, they are releasing a secret mount, which they haven't announced yet. So it's a bit of a nice bonus incentive that Square Enix is giving us. So I thought for sure I'd be able to get everything done in one night. I could see that this is actually going to take a little bit of time for me. So I already started with my White Mage staff, and I have the staff of the crane, or what is it? Oh shit, what is it called? Something of the Cane Guardian. It's the White Mage kitty cat staff, and it's absolutely adorable. So I have that at the moment, and I'm gonna start working on all the other ones, which it will probably take me up until October. But the game's really cute. The event is no different for anybody who's familiar or fluent in Final Fantasy XIV. It's basically Atma farming version 1.0. That's in a nutshell what it is. If you had to do the grind of fates just to get your Atma drops, this is no different. It's just legendary metal. So if you are okay with that and you can do the grind, go for the gold. So I've been working on that. Fire Emblem Fates, I caved. I bought Revelations.
Ha 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 ha.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all because I have wonderful housing now. I have Benestrian housing, and I absolutely love it. I think it is absolutely adorable. I just hope that the story itself grips me because I'm about 15 chapters in, and it hasn't made me go, oh my god, just yet. So I'm hoping that it will have its turning point where I fall in love with it. But I think to date, I think my favorite story still is the Birthright storyline. So I don't know if it's just because I played Birthright for the first time, so it was a new experience. Everything that happened kind of came out of left field. Whereas when you start playing the other routes, you have a sense of familiarity with the story. I'm not quite sure, but I'm still playing it. I basically just made Alicia Rue again for both versions of the game. I think as a means to separate the difference between Birth Rue and Revelations, as I call them, I think I am going to make my main unit in Revelations a priestess, so she could be like her mom. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
And I haven't chosen a man for her yet.
Mm.
She has not gained an S rank.
It's
Traitor!
It's hard in that game because, like, for me, I played it because I wanted Leo and I knew I couldn't do Conquest, so that's why I went with Revelations first. And you don't get Leo till 18, like chapter 18. So, like, it's really hard, I think, in Revelations, unless you know who you're going after, to decide because you have so many people and you don't get a lot of them till towards the end. You know what I mean?
I agree with you. It's ridiculously hard. Plus, knowing the variety of all the people you can obtain makes the choice even harder. So I immediately want to lean towards my first love, Jacob, or towards Kaze, and then I'm thinking to myself, wait, I haven't seen the rest of the story. I haven't even touched any of the other conquest characters. This is my first time really being introduced to them. I know I find Laszlo extremely attractive, so I may, fall for him. I'm not sure. So I'm trying to hold out as best possible, but I'm jonesing. I'm jonesing in Revelations. That's where I stand at the moment, but I'm absolutely enjoying it. So I have been playing that. I also had the pre-order for Seventh Dragon the Third Code VFD. So when the game came out, I was like, oh shit, I gotta download that. I downloaded it. I finally made my god hand, and she looks like female Corinne, and I am not upset with myself. I was very happy about it. So my party as of right now it had the level bonus from when I transferred the demo, and I believe they're level 8 at the moment. And my party consists of my main, who's Rue, who is a god hand. She is a maid. And then I made a butler for the role of the samurai. And I think I named him Sadugu because, references. And then I have this cute little girl who is the role of the agent, and I named her Kana Bean because I can do that. And that's my leveling party at the moment. And we're currently in Atlantica, which is ridiculously adorable. Absolutely stunning, but I don't know what's going on. So I'm still very, very fresh into the game. I don't even think I'm very far into the story, so we'll see how that goes. But I'm enjoying it. It gives me a bit of it's definitely has the Atlas feel to me in my mind. It definitely reminds me a lot of Persona, some Danganronpa, resemblances here and there. And so I've been enjoying it, and we'll see how it goes in due time. And then, of course, I've also been playing Pokemon Go. I'm a very happy Team Mystic member because, of course, my leader looks like Sailor Star Healer. Although I can understand why you would want to go Team Toma. I get why people want to go Team Toma. I understand it completely. I do have all my evolutions, though. All of them are done. I have Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon. I have Pikachu. I haven't come across it yet, but I know my nephew has come across a Dragonite. So I'm hoping we'll see another one soon so I could pick up a Dragonite and name it Kamui. Trying to think what else. I've been doing a lot of evolutions lately, and I have a lot of eggs that are on the verge of hatching, but they just haven't hatched yet. So I'm getting close there. I have one 10-kilometer egg that I've been working on incubating, but it's not very far. So I have to do some more walking to get to that point. And then aside from that, that's what I've been playing for the most this week. I wanted to play Mystic Messenger, which was this text message mobile Otome app game, but I can't find it on the iPhone. If somebody can give me a link as to where I could find it, or maybe I'm looking under the wrong name.
I don't know if it's been released for iOS yet. I may have mentioned it last time that I thought it was, but I don't think it was out as of yet for iOS. Sorry about that.
Oh, okay. No, that's totally fine. I just wanted to be clear on it because I'm like, I want to play too. It reminds me of a Future Diary, like a Mirai Nikki kind of sense, except nobody gets killed. Everybody just loves on everybody. So I do plan on playing that then. But aside from that, those are the games that I played this week. Tons of great games. You guys got me all hyped about Starbound and Fairy Fencer that I'm going to look into them. At most, I'm just going to watch and live vicariously through you all. Oh, no. I take it back. So, Evo weekend happened last weekend or the weekend before. I can't remember. It was probably 2 weeks ago. The last podcast recording we had. I was so hyped about it. I ended up picking up Smash Brothers for the 3DS because I wanted to make a female Corinne. And I just want to go ham and become an esports professional with my female Corinne with pink hair. So I've actually started implementing, it's not very good and I haven't been very consistent with it, but I've been starting Wednesday night fights where I'm trying to teach myself how to play Smash Brothers because in theory the game isn't hard, but it's definitely a lot more difficult to play it on the 3DS than it is to play on the Wii U. So I'm hoping I can get the hang of it. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
try it. I'm gonna figure it out,
I
and I'm gonna
will.
fucking be the best female Corinne player ever.
Not
That's my
to
goal.
interrupt you, but I know Ovada played it at one point. I don't think she played the same character, but she played it and she actually broke the little, for lack of a better term, nipple on the new 3DS because her thumb is so big that like she just like it was messing up and like getting in the way. And I think she ripped it a little bit, so she just like took it off. So it is a little tough to play it on the 3DS. From
It
what I hear.
really is. It's just trying when you're playing a fighting game of any caliber and your setup and your mechanics, the buttons may not, if they're not big enough for you and you can't slam on them. I mean, I know for myself when I play fighting games, I slam on the buttons. I'm really hard on the buttons, and that's just because that's just how I play. And it's easier to get combinations on bigger platform controllers than they are in little ones. So when you have a little set like a 3DS, it's hard to nail those combos and mechanics with finesse. So I find myself a little frustrated about that, but hopefully I'll figure it out.
You'll
We'll see.
you'll own it. We'll see you up at Evo
But I don't
next
think
year.
Evo doesn't have a 3DS version though. I need to get good on the
Oh,
Wii U version.
well, we'll see you at another. We'll see you on the internet. You'll be famous.
I
You'll make
will.
it in esport. You
I
can
can
do it.
I can. I'll make it happen somehow, some way. Or I'll just eventually buy a Wii U and just start practicing there. But without a doubt, I'm gonna play female Corinne. Like I'm determined that that is my main, and she's gonna be awesome. She has pink hair like Gru does, even though it's a different hairstyle, and we're gonna fucking slay. That's what we're gonna do.
It's fine. Corin's OP.
Well, I've been watching videos of Corinne for Smash Brothers, and she is OP, or he, depending on which version you play. They're very OP, but I can't figure out how to fucking do it on a 3DS. It looks cool in theory, but when you can't execute it, a little frustrating. So we will see about that. But speaking of which, I don't even know how I'm going to segue into this, but let's give it a shot. Of course, you also have the really awesome Corinne amiibo thing. I'm waiting for that to come out. So, speaking of merchandise,
Smooth.
did that work?
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
suggest. It worked for me.
Awesome. Awesome.
Like butter.
Well, with the Tomes and games in general, what fun is a game if it doesn't have a lasting impression on you? We've all played games, especially Otome games, because that's what this podcast is about, where it has left such a lasting impression on us. We have become fangirls and fanboys of the franchise or the IP, and we want everything that comes with it. We want the collector's edition, we want the merchandise, we want all the bells and whistles. So we're actually dedicating episode 22 today to the things that we love about Otomes even after we finish playing them, to just keep that lasting memory alive. Buying all the fuck ton merchandise. There are so many different varieties that people can choose from. Of course, we can only touch on a couple of them, but there are many more. And if you guys don't believe that merchandise doesn't exist for an Otome game that you love, oh, you are sadly mistaken. 9 out of 10 times it exists. And what you don't realize is kind of like Rule 34, somebody made a version of it. Even if it was fan made, it's there. I don't know how that's like Rule 34, so just completely scratch that from the record. Just disregard that. But you know what I mean. So yeah, that is what we're going to be discussing today. We're going to touch base on some of our favorite merchandise and what we enjoy about as Otome fans, what our collections or what our preference of collections are. So I wanted to touch base. What do you pick up merchandise wise for your favorite Otome game? Collector's editions give so many goodies. So many. Sushi, I know that you have picked up a lot of collector's editions of Otomes. What is the general roundabout collector's edition include?
Normally, well, most of my collector's editions have been imports. So they have like a drama CD, which is a very big deal to me. I wish, and I think I've touched on this before in other episodes, I wish every game had drama CDs. They don't all have to be 18 plus, but I would appreciate that. But they don't all have to be. I will listen to anything and everything. It's a good way to continue the story and help develop the characters even more. And I love drama CDs. They are just so great. Even though I have no clue what they're saying, I can close my eyes and imagine and listen to the sexy voices, and it works for me.
God bless voice actors for that reason alone.
Right? And I mean, think about your favorite game. If you knew that going into work, you could have like a little bit more insight, like maybe Persona 4, they tackled another mystery, and you learned more about the characters and maybe saw, new relationships form, things like that. It would really enhance the game, to me. But most of what I have, the few collector's editions have like the drama CDs. They'll have maybe an art book. But the drama CDs are usually a given. The Amnesia Steam, the PC collector's edition I have, has a pillow in it, but I refuse to open it.
Do you know which one you have, though? Or is it the same for everybody?
I don't know. I haven't. It's still wrapped up. See, that's my problem. So, like, in college, Sab and I worked at Toys R Us. That's where we met, and we worked there to get the discount, the big whopping 10% discount on action figures and video games. And back then, we ripped them open, and we would put them on our desk in college. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be at your computer, and you'd have, like, Spawn action figures, and you just kind of act them out or switch their heads and stuff like that. And then you kind of, like, grow up, and you're like, damn, I bet that would have been worth something if I just left it in the freaking plastic, you know? And so I struggle with this to this day. Like, do I open it? Do I not open it? Do I take it out? And that was a question I kind of had for you guys, because I know one thing on our list of things, and I know that, Pizza, you're probably a bigger collector of these than both Smashing Me, are the Nendoroids. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Nendoroids. I love them.
I have a Luca that I did open. I did open Luca because she's adorable. But I have the Crom one, and I don't want to open it. Like, I want him out on my desk, but I'm scared. So, like,
open him.
No, stop.
Why are you sounding like Sauron from Lord of the Rings?
Give in to your desire.
No, like, what if I bend something? What if I lose something? What if I rip the box? Like, these are all things I just, like, freak out about. So do you guys open? And this goes even into action figures. I actually have, like, really nice Fire Emblem statues. I have some statues from Seven Deadly Sins, and I've actually opened those, and it took a lot. And, like, the boxes are in my closet behind me, like, they're all safe and sound, and, like, even if the plastic bent, I, like, screamed. It's really terrifying for me. So I wanted to know if you guys, like, open yours and take them out, and do you worry about these things, or am I just neurotic?
You're not neurotic, because I want you to know that from the move between New York to Pennsylvania, I had 2 whole boxes dedicated solely to my Nendoroids and action figures. I do not take them out of the box. I actually dust the boxes. I am super anal about that.
Wow.
And I have set myself with a rule, though. I have since grown. Now, mind you, I have been collecting Nendoroids since 2012, 2013. One of my ex-boyfriends got me into it because he was a huge fan of, I forget what Nendoroid it was that he wanted the blue-haired girl from Puella Madoka Magica.
Magi.
Yeah, Magica, Puella Madoka Magica. That show.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember her name. It's like something Sayaka. I bought it for him, and then I started looking into the collection themselves. And I try my hardest. There are very few things in this world that I am an elitist about, but I am an elitist about Nendoroids. All the figures that I own have to either be Bandai official, specifically for my Sailor Moon series, or else 9 out of 10 times I will not own it. Or it has to be the original Bandai series from back in 1992, which I have a couple open because I was, again, a kid and I didn't know any better. But I also have no intention of selling them, and they're still in really good condition. My Nendoroids specifically, they are all in their boxes. I have only purchased them from legitimate retailers. For
Mm-hmm.
myself, I choose Hobby Japan 1999 for all my imports. And if it's a series that I really like and a character that I really like, I'll probably pre-order it on the day of announcement. And I am so unbelievably anal about it. I have it separated by series or by number, and I dust them probably twice a week.
Okay, so yeah, I don't feel bad. Thank
No,
you.
don't. I am ridiculously OCD, and I have a couple other figures. Like, I'm a huge Macross fan, and I have oh my god, what is her name? I'm looking at her right now. Ronka Lee. Mindfuck. Um, I actually had something that I chased down that was probably about 4 or 5 years old. Wound up finding it at an anime convention, purchased it, and I have not taken it out of the box because it's the 30th anniversary Macross edition,
Mm-hmm.
and it's absolutely like symbolic to me. I do have a couple open Rocket Lee ones, but I will not open that one. I am ridiculously anal, and I will only ever purchase, and this is again horrible of me to say, but it's what I do. I will only purchase Bandai official things for Sailor Moon or any series that I was a diehard fan as a child, and I will only own Good Smile, Nendoroids, and Figmas. There's a lot of other companies that do have chibi style figures, and for whatever reason, I will not own them. I have Pop Funko vinyls and specifically Good Smile, Figmas, Nendoroids, and figures. I love the quality of them. I love the collectability of them. I like how they number them. And a lot of the ones that I have, I've always double or triple checked the retailer for, because if I've gotten it from somebody that isn't my usual retailer, I'll double check to make sure if it's a fraud or not. And that's about the only time I'll ever open a box, and then I'll reseal it. So.
I agree. You guys are crazy.
That's the only thing, that's the only collectible thing that I am OCD about. Everything else, I don't own many collector's editions of things, but Nendroids is the only one that I've ever been serious about. And my addiction has gotten a lot better than in recent years because I probably bought upwards to 10 to 15 at $45 a pop like 2 years ago. Now it's like maybe I'll buy one or two a year. But with the Fire Emblem Fates ones coming out, those are going to be pre-ordered on launch day. I already told Sam, I was like, Sam, you have no say in it. If I have the money, I'm pre-ordering them on announcement date. You can't stop me. They're going into my collection. So I understand. I understand that. Plus, there's a really good Utapri one that just came out too from Good Smile. That's
Oh, really?
adorable. Yes, I love them. I check their site probably twice a week just to see what Nendoroids have been announced, what petite figures have been announced, and when they'll be releasing them. I love it.
I am taking this into kind of amiibos, that area. I have my daughter, Lucina from Awakening,
Mm-hmm.
because with her amiibo, I think you can add her in Fates.
Yes.
And Smashy was like, "So have you added her?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Why not?" I was like, "I don't want to open her."
That's why you buy two, and then you
I
have one that you can open, and then you just save one as for collectible items because they can eventually be collectible items. I know
Mhm.
this feeling. I still have first generation runs of Nendroids that are probably worth $250, $300, and I'll never take them out of the box. Even though I never have the intention of selling them, I'll never take them out of the box. So I know that feeling.
I
So
struggle.
It's hard.
you guys are crazy. I just open them because now they're open.
No, but see
It,
here, but here's the
but
thing. You need to understand this, and I'm going to explain this to you right now. You may not know this. If you don't have a decent glass display case that has a regular air current running in and through, what can happen is dust can collect on your plastic figures, and then with time, if you don't regularly dust it, it'll actually form this kind of like an oil or like a crud on your figures, and it's actually a lot harder to clean them, and it actually chips off the paint a little bit because I'm an OCD asshole like that. I know these things. So you
Well,
have to be careful when you open them.
that's true.
see, let me inspect
I
Sonic
was
Ho for dust.
I'm stop. What I was going to say was, so I recently put one of my Sonico figures on display, and it's one of the first ones that I've taken out of the box. And I was in the middle of something and Sab was helping me do it, and he's a lot more delicate than me with stuff like this due to his job. Like, and he gets packing and all that stuff because that's how he works. So I was just like, you know what, there's too much plastic. I'm scared I'm going to break her. Just, you know, do this and I'm going to, like, take the trash out or something. Like, I'll come back in. I came back in and Sonoko is naked, and I'm going to say this right here, right now. Sonoko has nipples. And Sab was just holding it up at me like, what is this? And I was like, what are you doing to Sonoko? Sash is going to be so upset. How are we going to explain that we know she has nipples? So I'm sure that is why some people who will remain nameless may open certain figures and take them out. Because to get the plastic off, you basically have to get them fully nude. And they reward you for that with nipples on a doll. That I just don't understand why she needed them there. Like, I just don't know. It was very uncomfortable.
All nipples matter. All nipples matter.
It was just so... I mean, Sav was, like, laughing because he had not expected it. He was just like, okay, I'll just, you know, take this off and get the plastic off. And I walk in and he's like, oh, my God, I'm assaulting Sonoko. Like,
is that legal in your state? Is that legal to assault Sonoko in your state?
I don't know.
It's never legal to assault Sonoko.
I was more worried about Smashy, what he was going to do when he found out that both of us had seen Sonoko in that vulnerable state.
Oh.
But she's fine now. She's fine. Mm-hmm. We're going to leave her without the plastic. So her shirt will never have to be removed ever again. But yeah, that's a fun little tidbit for anybody who wants to collect Sonoko figures.
I hope whatever company makes Sonoko figures, their stocks just increase by 2% this week, just because of this podcast.
Because now people know she has nipples.
All nipples matter. All nipples matter.
But, you know, another big thing that is starting to become prevalent in collector's editions, but also within the fan base, are keychains. And I know you and I have kicked that off with Fire Emblem, but I'm seeing it like with some other games as well.
Yes.
And they're so easy to collect. They're usually affordable except for the fucking Leo one that's like $200. You people are bastards and you're going to hell. Like,
wait, is it a fan-made one or
no,
is it an officially licensed one?
It's an official. They release them in Japan from what I understand. It's 2 series and the ones from Noor are just off the charts. But Leo, if you buy him separately, the cheapest I've seen is like $130.
What?
Your best game.
And I'm like, really?
Country.
You people are rude and obnoxious, and I don't like you. It's just not fair.
At least my Lobster Lord's affordable, because he's not affordable at Red Lobster, so okay. I'll take it. I don't mind.
But yeah, you know, so I've resorted to, at least for Fates, to fan-made stuff. And I know that you and I have purchased some from the same person. I have some more coming in as well, but they're usually affordable and they're fun and you can tack them on to things. I really like them.
And that's the thing, too, that I also enjoy about the keychains. Yeah, you and me had purchased the same ones from the same retailer. She also made lanyards and pins, which are adorable. A couple of the other ones that I have seen and also picked up, excuse me, they're a lot of them are really well made. Like the acrylic keychain designs are very durable, so they don't just double as a keychain. You can use them as a charm. I know some people that, based on the size of them, they can use them as, you know, an accessory on a necklace. I think that's kind of what I enjoy about them, and it's also supporting community artists. So I always tend to lean more towards the fan-made ones than the officially licensed ones, because I'm pretty sure Sam would have a heart attack if I invested $200 into a keychain. Believe me, the thought would cross my mind, but he probably will not let me. He'll probably, you know, scream, cry, whichever would come first. But I love the keychain idea. I think it's a great way to build up your collection. I know it's, one, easily accessible for imports to include in a collector's edition because it's light in weight and it's something that actually has a lot of longevity into it. As well, it doesn't really wear as bad as some other items. So
And they're
I am
mobile.
definitely down with the, yes,
Like
they're mobile.
you can flash them in public. Like I have them on my
Oh, don't
my
go
book.
flashing your keychains in public.
I I do. I have them on my like for work. I'm bringing the '90s back, guys. So I have a book bag purse, because I like my arms to be free and everything.
Okay.
And so I have all my keychains on there, and I go to all these meetings, and I'm sure they see like my anime Fire Emblem keychains where like Leo and Niles and Odin are like bros together, and I'm like, yeah, they're my friends. I'm in love with all of them. They're really cool. I'm actually an adult, and I'm here to tell you how you can get a job. Like it's fun because you can flash them, but at the same point, I guess I should be careful where I flash them. But yeah, I
It's
like that they're mobile. Like I like t-shirts too because I can show off my love for stuff, and I wear t-shirts all the time. But the keychains are just another way to do that.
it's a great way to display your personality still being an adult.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I always perceived it as. That's what I always enjoyed about keychains. I have a Hoshido lanyard that, I take the keys. Sometimes I'll use my boss's car to go pick up lunch. So he'll see me and my Fire Emblems keychains and he'll be like, "Are those Pokemon?" I'm like, "No, wrong game. I'm sorry, boss.
But I
Wrong
can
game."
capture them, so thanks for asking.
I have an S rank with this one. But it's a great way to display your personality, and I think it is a family-friendly, all ages merchandise item that you can get. And fans and folks of Otome games, they are easy to find online. If you are looking for keychains, you can look at places like AmiAmi, JList, JBox, Hobby Japan 1999. There's a million other sites that I'm probably not thinking of right now, like Yes Asia. There's a couple other ones that I can't think of at the moment, but they do exist and they are very easy to obtain. So if that is something that you're looking into for the Otome of your choice, go check them out. 9 out of 10 times they're available. And if you can't find them from the overseas, people make these all the time. They're fan made, and the average cost I've always seen them for is $8 with shipping and handling. I don't know if $8 is a stretch for some people, but if it's not and it's within the realm, it's a pretty easy pickup to get and to start up the collection. That's how I started up my Fire Emblem collection, so it's really cost effective also.
Yeah.
Another one that we were talking about was plushies and pillows. I do enjoy the plushies and pillows. I would like to own a body pillow, but I haven't chosen the right man to be my body pillow. There have been a lot of great contenders in the world of Otomes for me. Saito probably still holds the coveted number one spot, but I haven't found the right Saito body pillow, which is also referred to as Daki Kimura, if I'm pronouncing that correct. I wish I had Vertilish on the show so she could tell me how to properly pronounce it. But Daki Kimura is also another translation for body pillow. They are pretty freaking long. I'd say they have to average, what, 4 or 5 feet? And you just literally buy the pillow at your local Bed Bath & Beyond or retailer like Target and Walmart and just slip on your favorite body pillow. And then you can sleep with the man or woman of your dreams.
I have a
Or
reversible. I have
depending
a
on what body pillow you can get a snake one from Monster Mansumi. You can get Mia, and she's like really, really, really long.
yeah, like I've seen pictures. They like wrap around a person's room like 5 times or something.
So the length and the possibilities are endless. I think, Sushi, I'm going to be honest. I know you don't want to open it, and I would never pressure you to open it. But I'm curious as to which body pillow you got for Amnesia. I am so unbelievably curious right now because I want to know if Toma is in your room and you just didn't know it all this
Oh
time.
my god, that would be kind of weird. Feel like I kept you in a box. How do you like that?
It all comes full circle. Do you have a number one choice of guy for, and I'm speaking across the realm of video games, whether it's how you feel right now or it's something that you felt for a long time. Is there a number one guy you would put on your body pillow or a body pillow of your choice?
At first, it was anyone from Hakuoki, but specifically Sano.
Okay.
And someone who's on this podcast purchased me the cover that has Soji and
You
Salto
did that,
on it.
Ollie?
Huh? I don't have a pillow that goes in it. I have the pillowcase. But it's reversible. So Soji's on one side and Salto's on the other. And it's not official artwork, but it's still really well done. It's like fan made.
Uh-huh.
I like that one a lot. It was my first body pillow cover that I have. But I would like one. I made a list on the show notes, so I'm just going to read it. Leo, Daddy Crom, Daddy Xander, Cloud, etc., etc., etc. Toma is fine. Maybe I will open that. I'm interested.
Oh, can you open it on the show so we can just at least find out which one you got, and then we'll just close it up real quick?
Yeah, let me put it on mute. Hang on, let me go get it. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Oh my god, this is an earth-shattering moment! Oh gosh, she's so excited she just dropped her headphones and ran. She's like, oh my Jesus! I hope she... Now see, this is what I sincerely hope. Guys, this is why we do a live record of the podcast, and then we actually record the podcast and then release it to you guys, depending on how long we can actually ad-lib. But I wonder if she's going to follow through. I hope she does. I hope she doesn't hesitate. I hope she's just confident.
I'm here.
You got it?
It's a live unboxing.
Oh my god! We've never had this on the show before.
Drum roll.
So I have some coasters that I will never use.
That was in there too?
Yeah, I have the soundtrack.
Oh, Daddy Coaster.
Daddy Coaster. I have the art book. I'll import the soundtrack tonight for sure. And...
Oh my god. I just need to know which one she got. I just need to know.
I don't know if you get all the same or not.
I don't know either.
It's not Toma.
Ah!
Guess. Guess who it is.
It's Icky.
Nope.
Is it Kent?
Nope.
Shit!
Keep going.
It's Ukyo?
Character.
Yep.
It's Ukyo.
And it's adorable from what I can see. He's asleep. I'm glad I opened this. Sorry for the noise. I apologize.
It's okay.
Oh my god, no wait. It's all of them.
What?
It's all of them. Oh my god, this is the great. I'm glad I opened this. It's all of them in the pool, so they're topless.
Oh! Oh, there's actual image of it online. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, that's so cute!
Told you guys to open your stuff. You didn't believe me.
Well,
oh my god, I would literally roll on that all night, every night. I'm the happiest girl ever. That's so beautiful.
so yeah, that's what it is. I'm going to leave the soundtrack out and import it into iTunes tonight.
There you go.
OP, Zan.
That's the other thing that I like to collect, and I didn't have it on my list, but I really love video game music. Someone at work the other day was like, I think our internet went down, and he came over and he's like, I feel like singing. What kind of music do you listen to? I'm like, I listen to podcasts, K-pop, and video game music. And he looked at me like I was the biggest loser on the face of the earth. I was like, exactly, go away. Go away.
Oh.
But yeah, so I'm glad it has a soundtrack. I love stuff like that.
I agree. I enjoy that very much. And it's, again, very common to see in Otome merchandise. Another one, which recently sparked up my interest. I knew it existed, especially from anime, but I didn't know to what degree in Otome. Jewelry, like actual themed jewelry for Otome games. I'm talking to you, Code Realize fans, and I'm talking to you, Flower Miko, because I believe it was you and me that were chatting back and forth last weekend about the Otomate sale that's currently going on at their store in Sunshine City Mall in Tokyo. They are actually coming out with rings that are like different roses, and in the middle is a different gem color for each guy in the game. I want that so bad. I probably don't know. I have no idea how I'll be able to obtain it. I was hoping that Marissa would be in Tokyo the same time that the sale was going on, but she's already back from Tokyo, so I lost that chance. I was like, damn it. But I love when they come out with jewelry, when they come out with brooches, cameo, charms, necklaces, bracelets. I think those are so cute. And they don't have to be a legitimate They don't have to be sterling silver. They don't have to be gold or white gold. But just having them as part of a collection, I feel like that's a great collector's item that you can proudly display and keep in good condition. So I
Yeah.
always am one for jewelry.
It's also kind of like the keychain. It's like a subtle little nod, that you
Yes.
can wear it, out and about, and no one's really going to be like, oh my God, you have a giant lobster on your head because you love the lobster lore. You know what I mean? Like, you just have a ring. There's two that I could think of off the top of my head, and one is from Rosario Vampire, and it was I just forgot his name.
Sukune.
Yeah, Sukune's bracelet, and I found a fan made version on DeviantArt, but it wasn't for sale, and I couldn't find it anywhere else. But I wanted it so bad; it was so pretty. And then, because I'm FE trash, Azura's necklace from Fire Emblem Fates. You can
Wait, you
actually
found
get that. You can get it on like
Yes!
eBay. I think it's really affordable. I think most people use it for like cosplay, but yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't even think of that because now I'm gonna go look for it. Oh my god!
No. What have you done?
Oh my god! It's oh my god! Is it still available?
It should be. I think
Perhaps.
Oh, the
perhaps.
necklace is limited to
Maybe.
600. Otome. I want it.
Sam is like, please say it's limited. Please say.
Sam's like, damn it, Sushi, did you have to fucking bring that up?
He's gonna not let us hang out together anymore because
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I want it. Oh. Oh. Oh.
So yeah, that I would like to have one of those as well. But maybe a bit more like of a subtle one that was like actually just a charm, not like kind of that drapes down like for cosplay or anything. But that would be cool.
Oh, there's one being sold on eBay for $185.40, Sam. I hope you listen to this episode.
I'll put it up tonight. I'll put it up tonight for you.
Can you just send him the link and just go, I was told to send this to you by the person who didn't want you to know to send this to you. Oh my god, it's so pretty. No. I want you like something fierce. Fuck. I wish I didn't know that existed. I really wish I didn't know that existed.
Welcome to my hell of the Leo fucking keychain that's just plastic and it's $200.
And you know what? I was thinking to myself, like, I could justify maybe, something in like the $50, $75 range. I would never go anything upwards towards $200. And now I'm looking at the necklace. I'm like, you know what? 185 isn't so bad.
Oh God.
It's totally fine.
Back away. Close the window. Close the window.
Oh
Flee,
my,
run to the hills.
pretty. I would be singing the song all day long if I had this. Just saying, Sam. He's gonna be like, literally, he's gonna be like, damn it, Sushi. God damn it.
He's gonna have to like scope our show notes beforehand just to be like, no, I don't want you to tell her that. Like, Sushi, just please don't mention that.
See, they have one that's a cosplay version, and that one's fine and whatever, but the
Yeah.
actual 25th anniversary edition. Oh my god, I'm totally fangirling right now. Sam, I hope you're listening to this episode, because look at the box, too. It's pretty. All right, I'm going to close the window for like 5 minutes, and I'm going to reopen it up.
5 minutes.
Shit. Damn it.
So
Fucking
yeah, there.
dick monsters. Not you guys. I mean the people that own this.
So there are like other things that are more common, like shirts and hoodies. I haven't really seen a lot of those for Otome games, and I wish they had them. I think that would be really cool.
I feel like Hot Topic would be the ideal retailer to have them, or an FYE, because they do at least lean on the anime. Now, I will say this: if there is an Otome that has been adapted into an anime, 9 out of 10 times you will find the merchandise for it online, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Otome's. It could just be boys love, but they do exist. I mean, free Iwatobi is all over the place at FYE. I can't tell you how many things I've bought from Marissa, a free Iwatobi swim club. So the possibilities, they're there. They just
Yeah.
wish they had them. I do agree. I wish they had them for some more Tomies. I think feel like Amnesia would be a perfect fit for them on that.
Yeah, like shirts and hoodies are like that's what I live in when I don't have to like be an adult and go to work. I have bought, I think last week, don't tell Sab, but he noticed in the mail anyway. I bought like 4 more Fire Emblem shirts. Like I just went to like
Text to
still
support.
don't. I went to Yeti and T Fury and just did a random search on Fire Emblem, and they had some that I had never seen before, and they were like $10. I was like, well, okay. So I literally could wear Fire Emblem shirts probably every day of the week now.
You said T
Hooray.
Fury? Is that TEEFURY?
.com and then Yeti YETEE. Sorry, Sam. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I want to join the
You know
Hokkaido
what you've
army. Oh no.
So, but I wish that more games, like, I wish I could get, like, TCG shirts, like, Magic shirts, even, like, Hearthstone shirts, like, because I love Zoolock right now in Hearthstone, and I wish I had a shirt that just said, I'm a Zoolock, or something hilariously stupid like that. I want more Fire Emblem, more Persona, just more JRPGs, more Otome shirts, like, more the better. I have a Persona 4 hoodie and letter jacket and t-shirt. And for any Persona fans out there that don't know, I saw on Twitter that they're officially going to release Persona 3, 4, and 5 merchandise soon. Which is going to be freaking awesome because that means I can alternate between Fire Emblem and Persona clothing when I'm not at work.
Forever.
Yes. I will be buried in all of my t-shirts. Like, alternate all my Persona 3 shirts, Fire Emblem, then Persona 4, more Fire Emblem.
You know what I do wish that they made with regards to Otome games? I wish they made varsity jackets. I fucking love varsity
That
jackets.
would be a really cool idea because, I mean, not to be stereotypical or whatever, but, I liked Grease, the movie, growing
Mm-hmm.
up, and I always thought it was really cool how the guys would give the girls their letter jacket. And so, I mean, it would be a really cool way for, like, Otome games to kind of get that romance kind of feel. Like, oh, look, Toma gave me his letter jacket. He has a letter in capturing random things, like
Well
women.
now well now the thing is, and this does exist. I know that patches for games, anime, and Otomes do exist. So if you find the right Toma patch, you can find plain varsity jackets and take it to a tailor and have them sewn on.
Oh my god, can you
Or have them
imagine
done
that?
on iron on.
Hi, Taylor. Will you sew on my anime bullshit patch to this letter jacket? I mean, it's a good idea. I'm not discrediting it, but and I would do that. I have no shame.
Could you
Like,
imagine having a Crom varsity jacket and
oh,
having Ulysses as like the block letters
you
in
know
high
what?
school style?
You know what? Okay,
What
everything
have
I
you done
told you
now,
tonight has
pizza?
been
What have you
repaid in
done?
full. Sam, you can't get mad at me because now I'm on the lookout for a Crom letter jacket.
Well, no, you would. I think you would have to make it. I don't think it exists.
I don't
Whoa,
know.
was that a door? I was gonna be like, is Sam here? Oh shit! But you can find blank varsity jackets and then just get the actual patches. I'm sure Fire Emblem patches exist. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, and yeah, I was actually gonna try and figure out how to get Crom's emblem on my fingernails. Like, so I painted them blue, and I was gonna figure out because he has like, what's the proper term, Smashy?
The brand
His brand, and
Hmm.
that's how he
on his
recognizes
shoulder. Yeah.
Lucina as his daughter because she has it as well. And I was going to paint my nails like a similar blue to Crom's hair, and then with contact paper do like a cutout, and then go over the cutout with black nail paint. But you know what? It sounds easier in my mind because I'm fucking terrible at arts and crafts. So the contact paper is still downstairs staring at me, and my nails are chipping. So I'm not getting anywhere with that project right now.
You can work on it though, and you can make a tutorial video, and it'll be fine. It'll
I
be fun.
see all these girls that like do their nails based upon Otome guys. Like there's this one girl I've seen retweeted that she did her nails for like Fran, and she used like a lot of different colors that are associated with the character and different shapes and designs. And I'm like, wow, that is so creative in a really nice, cheap, affordable way. To show your appreciation for a character, that I was like, I really want to try it. But like I said, I'm not good at arts and crafts. So if anyone wants to take an X-Acto blade and cut out the brand that Crom has and mail it to me, I will appreciate that.
Well, now there are two things that I do also want to mention, and I actually didn't put this in the show notes, but again, this is the beauty of discussion. Everybody gets different ideas as we discuss and progress forward. I think the most die-hard merchandise item of them all, and we know that it exists, we know that it's out there, is tattoos. I know people that have tattoos of Otomes. I know people that have tattoos of video games. I'm probably going to be that one person myself also for an anime. Tattoos are one of the greatest ways to display your, I wouldn't say allegiance, but your dedication for the actual Otome game of your choice. I know for myself, for a very long time, I was thinking about getting a Code Realize tattoo of the actual flowered jewel on the heroine's chest. I wanted to do that. I thought having, Cardia's jewels on my chest in that fashion, I thought it was really beautiful. I wish I had the more pale skin tone for it to pop. But maybe it'll work. We don't know. I think that is a great idea that nobody's done yet. Somebody take my idea. You can take it. Just go with it. Just let me know how it turns out.
Send pictures.
I love Code Realize, but I know that there are more diehard Code Realize fans than I am out there. And I think another thing, and this is probably one of the cheapest ways to show your dedication, and I know that people do it all the time, is just taking merchandise from the series and just kind of developing it into your own fashion. I know when Amnesia was out, there were diehard Icky fans, there were diehard Kent fans, and the girls wore the actual different card symbols in some fashion, whether it be as an earring or as a necklace or as a patch, or they would wear Kent's glasses, or they would wear a hat that was similar to Ukyo's taxi cab hat, just to show their dedication. That's another great way. I mean, it might be a little harder for you to wear maybe a kimono of sorts and sandals if you're into Shinsegumi, and maybe you work at like a McDonald's or a Target, I don't know, wherever you work. Maybe not the best idea, but try to use your imagination with things like that. That's the one thing I always encourage people, is to be creative with what you love. I know for myself, I love Fire Emblem, I love Sailor Moon. More often than not, people at work see me with Odango buns in my hair and a white flower on the right side of my hair. They're like, are you cool? Is it because it's hot out during the summer? I'm like, yes. That's why I have my hair up in buns, because it's hot and it's the summer. I'm like, you don't need to know that I'm obsessed with Sailor Moon and Fire Emblem Fates. That's okay. But I mean, take those ideas and spin them into your own. If you're somebody that's into, let's say, ninjas or something, you could go into work with the surgical mask on your face, or you can, blindfold, or you can cover your face.
Check your dress code first.
Yes. Yes, first check your dress code. But even those the girls that are diehard Code Realize fans, one of the things I love about them is their sense of fashion. They bring a mixture of Lolita and steampunk, and they wear it, and they fucking work it. And I love all of you for it. Any girl that wants to dress like Cardia and even have Cardia's hairdo with the long locks and the bangs, fucking go for it. I much respect to you for that. Go for the gold. I think that's great. So people who do things like that always are just 10 out of 10 in my book. So if you guys couldn't afford any of this merchandise or couldn't afford any of these items, fucking make it your own and just be creative and have fun. So, and I just said fuck a lot. I apologize. It was bound to happen.
But one more area that you did bring up in the notes, other than Notice Me Senpai, I don't know about many mobile Otome game merchandise.
Yeah.
I would like Animal Boyfriend to get something. I still kind of occasionally check in on that now and again. And it would be really cool if I could get my Takashi. Like, if I could get him in a keychain form or, something like that, since you kind of you can dress them up, kind of design them, create their personality. It'd be cool if I could get something physical of that. And I know that you have a keychain from Notice Me Senpai, right?
I do. When they released the Notice Me Senpai acrylic keychains, I wanted to support the game because I really do love the game. I think the game is a very fun game that I still actively play day in and day out. Not nearly as much as I used to, but I still play it very frequently. And I ordered the Butler acrylic one so I could have Butler Senpai go with me everywhere, especially on my trips and travel when I would go to Florida to visit Sam. I made sure I brought Butler Senpai with me to take pictures. And they're really nice about it too. This is the other wonderful thing about merchandise, Otome developers and the like. A lot of them are very interactive with the community. I ended up getting a message. Now, mind you, the developers of Notice Me Senpai and the company is actually based out in Sweden. So when I got my package in the mail from Sweden, I got the sweetest note saying, "Thank you so much for talking about Notice Me Senpai on your podcast. We hope we hope you enjoy the Butler, or we hope that you guys keep, recording episodes of the podcast." Little things like that go such a long way. I
Mm-hmm.
may not play Notice Me Senpai nearly as much as I used to, but I absolutely adore that they care for their fans one on one on that basis. It may be hard to do for some companies, but I know Axis is capable of doing it. Automate is capable of doing it. Atlas is capable of doing it. Manga Gamer could even do it too if they wanted to. A lot of them really do interact with their fans, so it's cool to see that the Rosevert is another great company that interacts with their fans on social media. They kind of go above and beyond to help the consumer feel a little bit fuzzy and warm inside. They show that they care. So huge ups to Notice Me Senpai. I really like that note. I actually still have it. I think I have it framed somewhere, and I keep Butler Senpai with me now next to the rest of my keychains. So thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, but in the mobile Otome realm, I do wish that they actually had some. If they had Shall We Date merchandise, especially War of Prayers, holy shit, I would lose my damn mind. If they actually had a soundtrack for Shall We Date War of Prayers, I'd be fucking losing it because that's complete magical girl music. The transformation sequences, absolutely amazing. If you guys can make me a keychain, if you can give me a necklace of the actual gem that I have to wear, and then if you could give me hair pieces so I look like a magical girl war princess, that'd be great. And then if you give me plushies, I think I'd be okay with that too. Especially from the Honey Bunny Moon event, I'd be all for it. So, giving you guys ideas. Shall we date? Call me. Pizza made. Here's my email address. Let's talk marketing. I do. I wish more mobile Otome games did that. I'm actually very surprised that companies like Voltage don't do that. Or maybe they do and I'm not aware of it. If they do, somebody please bring it to my attention because I know that they have so many in-app purchases, but they don't have any physical purchases. I know the SLB Samurai Love Ballad Party community, if they could have like little things of their own, like even the little chibi characters they have of the different romanceable characters, if they made that into keychains, that shit would sell like hotcakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why is this not happening? Is it because they're afraid of it taking away from the purchase of the game? And that's a question that I wonder. Why is it that they don't do it? Is it because they just don't have the resources to utilize that or facilitate that? Or is it the actual fact that they don't, it's going to take away from something?
I wonder too if they need to see someone taking a chance. Like if they're going to wonder their return on investment. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, if you read the reviews on a lot of mobile Otome games, they're like, why does this cost money? It should be free. It's a story, blah, 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 And so I wonder if those kind of reviews really cause them to pull back. Because if people won't even pay for your time and energy to create something, are they really going to buy a keychain?
But I feel like as a counter, as a rebuttal to that, and of course I'm in complete agreement with you, I'm just offering from a different perspective. Look at how many fan-made things are made for these mobile otomes, even in the form of art commissions, forms of different art pieces, keychains, stickers, buttons, things of that sort. They do exist and they are out there. I won't specifically say for Voltage games or for Shall We Date games, but I'm just saying in Otomes in general, they do exist and they're fan made. If those things do exist, they have to know that a market exists and thrives. There's no reason for them not to jump on that.
Yeah,
So,
I agree. I just think that maybe they aren't fully paying attention. Like, I think maybe they realize it goes on, but maybe they don't actually like think about it. Like, say, okay, well, look, we know of these three artists that consistently, or three community artists that consistently churn stuff out. Um, they don't just keep track of things like that. I don't think. I mean, I don't really know. It would be
I,
nice, and
mhm.
I would just encourage. And like you said, maybe they do. I have never seen a mobile or anything physical for a Shall We Date or Voltage. But I think they might be surprised if they took that chance. And I guess that's all I'm saying, is that I wish they would, try it with keychains. Just give it a shot. I mean, Notice Me Senpai did it, and they're still offering them.
Yeah,
And that's
and
not nearly as popular as a Shall We Date series or a Voltage series. So I just wish they would take that first step. You know what I mean?
to some degree and to some capacity, they do take that risk. I mean, if you look at certain anime conventions or certain expos or things of that sort, when they give away those goodie bags, one of the biggest things is the novelty of having that grab bag, which was just some simple plastic bag that has the design and artwork from one of their favorite games. Even that has a level of sentimental value to the person who's receiving it. If you see that people jump and wait in line just to grab that grab bag, which was free, and it just has stickers and more cardboard cutouts promoting the next games on release or DLC content or codes, whatever, what have you. If people jump in line for things like that, who's to say that they wouldn't do the same for actual merchandise? The Notice Me Senpai people, not only was it available online, but it was available at a booth at select conventions and expos that they went to. And people did buy them. I believe people also bought bookmarks from them too.
Mm-hmm.
Bookmarks aren't a very popular item, and it's not very difficult to make. It's no different than purchasing or creating a business card, but they sold. And even if they sold for a minimal price, that's more money than you had before. I don't feel like it was too much of a deficit or a loss. Like, for what you put into it at wholesale, it's in my mind. Again, I'm not Notice Me Senpai. I'm not their company, but it seems like they got a hefty return on it, even just for his promotion of the game.
Right. And
So I feel like it works.
no, and I agree. I'm just wondering why Shall We Date and Voltage hasn't done the same thing.
Again, it's the question that I do ask repeatedly, and I wonder if maybe we haven't reached that point yet in the evolution of mobile Otome games in comparison to the world of console Otome games. Maybe it's a different ball field, or maybe they're working on only an eighth of a budget that the traditional console Otome games have. Although, listen, Hakuogi exists as a mobile Otome. Same for Amnesia. So I wonder. I definitely wonder. Another thing that we had been discussing and going back and forth on, and I'm kind of taking a step back in order to take a step forward, in the realm of collector's editions and just regular edition games. Do you have a preference of what you want, or is there a key factor in you kind of reaching that breaking point of just saying, oh, I'll just buy the game, to I want the complete collector's edition and I'll stay up till late just to make sure that I get one of X number of copies?
Um, yes, because I did that with.
That's okay. No, that's cool. I think that's awesome.
Normally, if it's a game that I know that I either it's in a series that I enjoy already, or I've done enough research about it and I like the gameplay and I've read some positive reviews, then I'll jump and get the collector's edition. But like for Star Ocean 5, I didn't get the collector's edition because it was like $80 and the only thing extra you got, I think, was like a soundtrack. And I just didn't feel like it was worth it money-wise for me, because that really wasn't, I mean, I was excited to play the game, but it's not one of my top favorites,
Mm-hmm.
So stuff like that kind of sways me. I don't know about you, Smashy, because I know you and I go back and forth about collector's editions a lot.
Um, I know that I really enjoy getting the collector's editions for a lot of stuff. I know I got it for like Persona 4 Dancing on Night. I have like a little golden teddy keychain that looks pretty cool. I like those like little bits of tat and stuff like that you get that are just neat little things. That's like, yeah, I have this laying around. I see it's like, oh yeah, that reminds me of that game or something. That's fun. So I like when they have those like little things. But like you said, yeah, I didn't get the Star Ocean Collector's Edition either because really the only thing in it was soundtrack, right?
I think so.
You
That's all
said,
I
yeah.
remember it having.
Yeah, it just it really didn't have anything neat or like interesting for stuff that I want. At least to have just in the collector's edition, you know.
So what
Um,
do you go after? Like,
Usually, what I try to go after would be my favorite things would be if there's like figures or any sort of like physical collector thing like that. Just because I like to have all kind of stuff like that. Yeah. Um, I'm trying to think of some of my favorite ones. Like I said, one of my favorites was that Persona 4 Dancing All Night has the golden teddy keychain. I got one from Criminal Girls, had like a little pink heart keychain, which is pretty cool. I like, actually, I really like the Odin Sphere one that came with a t-shirt,
oh yeah,
which
Really?
it did.
And
I
it
don't
was
have.
was it your size? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to drop. Was it your size too?
I
Or was it
want to
just,
say,
or was it like a general size across the board?
I want to say it was just a general size across the board. I
Oh,
don't think you specifically picked one, but it fits me well, so
nice,
perfect
nice.
size for me. That's what matters. But I like that because I don't have very many shirts from games or anything. I haven't gotten too many. I have a WoW Paladin shirt and a StarCraft 2 shirt, but that's really about it. But I got that. It's nice. It's comfy. It's nice to just wear around when I want to. So that was pretty cool, actually, because I hadn't gotten too many shirts from like games and stuff before. So that was nice to kind of get something different than what I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, and I think I will be the first to say I think the last collector's edition game of any sort that I previously purchased was probably World of Warcraft. So this was about 2008, 2009. I think Blizzard does a really good job with their presentation of collector's editions. Actually, I'm really surprised. Well, no, I'm not surprised. I didn't pick up Heaven's Ward collector's edition because I own it through Steam. So it just didn't make sense for me to have a collector's edition as well as the actual copy of the game on the computer. I probably would have, but financially it didn't make sense. It takes a very strong game for me to get into it. I am more inclined to be the person to pick up collector's editions after the fact. I don't necessarily pre-order them. Like, now that I know that I absolutely love Fire Emblem Fates, I will pick up the Fire Emblem Fates Nintendo 3DS XL. I definitely will. No questions asked. So that's what I'm saving up for Christmas so I can get the Hoshido bundle. But with regards to Otome's, it would probably take something along the lines, as you guys said, figures. I like Steel Series art books. I love art books. I think when you see the original concept designs, that always piques my interest. Um, Probably some form of a keychain, and probably if I can get a body pillow like Sushi did, I would be down for that too. I don't know if I would use it. I'm probably with Sushi. I'd probably keep it wrapped, but I'd just be happy knowing that it was there until I found the right pillow to actually purchase to fill it with. But I think those are great ideas. So I'm more of a regular edition person, but if they have in-game items that I can use that'll be beneficial towards me, that'll give me skill ups on something, I'll also jump on those too. So that's probably one of the bigger things that I'll pick up a collector's edition for. I like digital collector's editions. I'm always down for those. So
Yeah, those are good too. I mean,
yeah.
anything that can give me, if I feel like it's worth the money with what I get out of it, then I will go for the collector's edition if I feel that I'm going to enjoy it, like it, and if it's worth it with everything that I'm given. And especially the digital ones, I like how they give you, like, they'll give you some boosts, like booster kind of items, or like another map, or different things like that. That's really nice that they offer that.
Yeah, anything that offers exclusivity from a digital perspective, I will usually jump and buy those digital editions. Let me retract in saying that for the Final Fantasy 14 games that I do own on Steam, they're all the digital collector's editions, and I have them specifically for the in-game items and the minions. If Otome's offered that to some degree, if they offered maybe something that'll give you an advantage of a compatibility for a romanceable route in a game, by the way, guys, if this hasn't been done before, here's an idea. I would jump on that. I would pay the additional $5, $3, whatever you'd want to offer for it. If you guys offered an actual physical collector's edition with a figure of the different romanceable routes, and it could be limited to 1,000 of each romanceable route available, hey, I would buy it. I don't even know which one I'd fucking get, but I'd jump on it. I think that'd be great. I wish Otome's did take ideas like this, but I guess taking that risk just isn't financially sound at this moment. I don't know. But yeah. Guys, get on that. Give me more collector's editions Tome's in the States.
Yeah.
In the States. We are getting the fan disc though, so I'm pretty happy about that. And I do like what the Japan imports have, but it's just financially not feasible for an average consumer. Somebody who's like myself, living in rural Pennsylvania, who makes, just an average salary, it doesn't make sense to buy those collector's editions from Japan, because not only are you buying the collector's edition, you're also paying for the shipping and handling and for the customs fees. So you're tacking on an additional $40 at some point. So it doesn't make sense. But if you guys can offer me a figure, I'll think about it. Give me an Android. I'll jump on it. So let's work on that. But yeah, that's basically one we wanted to discuss there. And then, of course, this episode, as we got to divulge and talk about all the things that make us happy, we have things that frustrate us at some point. We have to vent sometimes. And I'm going to let Sushi vent right now because she had a lot to say. And I heard about it before the show, but I want to hear it again.
Sorry.
And I want you to... No, that's not a bad thing. I like hearing you talk. I don't mind. But it's definitely a very important thing that it should be addressed, I think. And let's preface all of this with, we're not going to name any names or what it's involving. But if you think it's about you... 99% sure it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, because
let's be clear on that. Yes, it has. If you think this has to do with you, I guarantee you it has nothing to do with you. Yeah. So don't worry about it. It's just a generalization of sorts.
So I recently picked up a game that I really liked, and I wanted to get more information on this game to be a better player. And like I said, in the pre-show offline, there's just some days when I go into work, I'm still so jazzed about a game that I played over the weekend that I still want to hear about it. And so that's why I listen to a lot of podcasts. It's because, at my job, sometimes I'm just typing, I can zone in and do what I need to do, and I like to have a podcast going. And so I went on iTunes and looked up, this game, and this one podcast showed up and had, good reviews, had, a couple episodes, and I was like, perfect, great, start it up. And yeah, I get like the first, we aren't even professional and we're on episode 22. So I'm not judging, I know how hard it is to, figure sound, people's schedules, the format, I get that. That's not what I'm talking about, but they were just very elitist about their skills in this game and how they felt about new players to the game. And so I was texting Smashy while I was listening to it. I was like, okay, I'm in, I'm going to make it through it. And then I'm like, no, I'm out. I can't listen to it. I can't do it. And then it was like, oh, no, wait, okay, I'm going to give it another chance. And then I just can't. So I moved on to a different episode. And they started talking about other things in the game, like different features that they felt were not good for the game. And instead of it being a good discussion, it became, once again, into bashing new players. And I'm a new player. And I was there to get educated so I could be a better player at this game. And it just really kind of turned me off. And it really kind of frustrated me because it was like the one thing out there that I could find to listen to, and it wasn't helpful at all. And so kind of has something to do with video games, but not really. Just, you know, and I guess we're open to feedback with our podcast as well. But if you guys entertain the idea of doing a podcast or even a blog post about a game that maybe you've played since you were born and you know it like the back of your hand, and just remember that the people that find your blog post, your podcast, whatever it is, your information source, they're not all going to be great at the game. And nothing's going to turn people off more than being really judgmental towards new people. And most of the time, like for me, when I search for stuff on the internet, I want to be educated. And yeah, you can get in your jokes about how, oh my God, the noobs do this and noobs do that. That's cool. Like, I get it. But, you know, make it constructive. You know, like really help the veterans and the new people at the same time. So it was just really frustrating. I went back to it this week. I still can't get into it. I don't know what it is. So I kind of have to give up on this podcast, which is kind of sad. But I just had to vent about that. I've been holding it in, and Sab has to hear it, and he's like, okay, I get it. Smashies had to hear it, and I'm sure they're like, you said this yesterday, you said it today, like, get over it. But so that's just my little corner event. That's all I had to say.
No, it's good to let those things out, though, sometimes. It's good to express those things because there are too many people, and I'm not singling out anybody, but I'm saying in games in general, there are so many chiefs and not enough Indians. There's too many people that want to be the leading authorities in games, and for whatever, you know, recognition, notoriety, fame, what have you, it takes away from the actual fun of the game, and it just divides people more than it does bring people together. So the original objective and goal that you had in being your elitist gamer self, to have this community of people like you, it's counterintuitive. It's not really helping to your advantage. So quit being a dick monster.
Yeah. And like Pizza said, this podcast, it's not an Otome podcast. They're never going to hear our podcast. They have no clue who I am. It is not anyone I know, because everyone I've come in contact with, especially within the Otome community and other podcasts that I do really enjoy and listen to, are great people. They're very helpful. Like, I just had to have a safe place to get this off my chest, to where I wanted to talk about it, but I knew that it wouldn't affect anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. So that's just, it doesn't deal with anybody that we will ever interact with.
Yeah. So fear not. If anybody's wondering, is it me? It's not you. I promise. It's Smashy.
Why you guys are so rude to me?
It's Smashy's podcast. Damn it, Smashy. Your Sonico podcast.
He was so mean to me in the Chronicles of Nanako and Digimon. He made me feel bad. No.
I listened to his podcast, Veteran War Podcast. Don't think I didn't hear it. I fucking heard it. I didn't appreciate the way you acted about it. Nipples. Whatever. So there you have it. That is probably where we're going to wrap this up for episode 22 of Heroines of the Cherry Blossom. As always, every 2 weeks, we are a bi-weekly podcast, so we hope that you guys enjoy it. You guys can listen to us on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Stitcher, and you can also listen to this episode on the web on our YouTube channel that does not have a formal URL yet. Subscribe to our channel, and when we reach 500 people, we'll get a custom URL, and it'll be great. If you guys do want to hear us, or if you guys want to chat with us online, you're always more than welcome to reach out to us on Twitter. That's probably one of the biggest mainstays to touch base with us. Twitter.com/CBHeroines. Sushi, how can folks reach you on the interwebs?
I am Sushi Geisha on Twitter and Tumblr. I use those all the time. I have a blog that I kind of update occasionally. It's called sushigeisha.co. And then you can also reach myself or Smashy on Twitter. I think, what is the handle name?
Nanako
Nanako
Chronicles.
Chronicles.
Yeah, there you go. So if you like JRPGs, and we'll probably have a Fire Emblem podcast over on there with pizza at some point.
Yay! I want to be on that episode.
So, but yeah, feel free to follow us on Twitter. Right now, we're only on SoundCloud. iTunes didn't like us, so we're trying to get accepted. But if you do like the CB Heroines podcast, and that is on iTunes, like Pizza Side, please go and leave us reviews so we can read them and know what you guys think. And
yes, please.
So we can get scored, because that would be really, really freaking sweet. So.
Yeah, submit stars and tell us what you think of the show. Smashy, how can folks reach you on the internet as well?
You can find me at Yawgmoth2 on Twitter. I'm currently called Space Sonico.
You really should be veteran war photographer. I'm really bummed that you're not.
He named his Starbound character Space Sonico because she has pink hair.
I'm not surprised.
I know, right?
I actually
it's Sushi's fault. She did it. She did it.
If I pick up Starbound, can I name myself Alicia Rose and have a white rose in my hair, just like Ruo does in Fire Emblem and all the other games I play?
I think the Florians, they have a rose in their hair, right, Smash?
Their hair is a rose.
Yeah,
probably.
Their hair is a petal.
Hair that is.
Oh shit! It's on, folks. We might be playing Starbound one night when we're all free. And of course, if I'm free, because I'm always so busy during the week. But I am reachable on social media. You guys can reach me at Twitter as PizzaMade. You can also reach me on my blog, pizzamade.moe, which is .moe. And you can also find me on Tumblr at Hoshido. That's HOSH. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second. HOSHIDO-Hime, Hime. You can find me on Tumblr there. Or you can find... Oh, damn it. We can't be friends in Pokemon Go yet, can we? Fuck.
No, not yet. But they're adding
Soon.
that. They're adding a bunch of stuff. And they're adding battles and trading at some point.
It'll be a glorious day when that happens. But
yeah.
When that time comes, I'm PizzaMade there. I'm pretty much PizzaMade everywhere except Tumblr, because Tumblr, somebody has it and they won't release it, which fucking sucks. But you can find me at all those available sites. So definitely leave a comment, leave a message, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. Any final words from you guys?
No, I'm good.
Boo, Sonico.
Oh, so...
For the veteran war photographer, we will see you all next week.
Bye.
See ya.